Hello, hello. Today, I am so excited for this. We are getting started with our first series of the year, and it's something that I've been dreaming since I started Eden Daily Essentials. That is talking to you guys about a balanced way of living healthy but happy. Okay. And right now, it may look like my eyes are all over the place because for the first time, I'm recording this in three cameras. Okay, so I have right here, I am live on Facebook, right here, I'm live on Instagram, and right here, I'm recording this to YouTube. As a very fashion Fernanda, I have not tested these three cameras together. I've worked with each one of those cameras separate, but I have not tested those together. So as we know, all of this could be lost once we are done. So pay attention. I sure hope that I can record this and save it on Facebook Live, on Instagram as an IGTV, and then I'm going to have that on YouTube if my YouTube camera stays on. But I don't want to waste any more of your time, and I want to get right on it, okay? If you don't know me, I am Faye Longo. You may know me as Fernanda. I cannot tell you how many messages I get asking me, or even people in person, how to pronounce my name. And for that reason, I want to make it easier for you all. And I just change it all over my platforms that Faye Longo. And the reason why I changed it for Faye is because growing up in Brazil, Fernanda is a very popular name. And all my family and friends always called me Faye. And I never thought of being in US for 12 years. And I never thought of actually what people tell people to just call me Faye, which is so much easier. My husband's been doing that for 12 years, but I never thought of it. So it caught up with me. So you can either call me Faye or Fernanda, whatever is easier for you. But I am going to make it easier and just say it Faye. So I'm Faye Longo. I'm the founder of Eden Daily Essentials. And the main reason I started this business and chose soap to start with, and now we have a variety of products, but I started with soap, if you're following me along since the beginning, because I have a skin issue. I have psoriasis, I have a lot of skin allergies, so that's why I started with soap and natural soap. And if you've tried my soaps, you know they're the best, okay? And they're all natural. They're made with extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, essential oils. They're amazing. But another reason why I chose to start this business was because I was so tired of both extremes of the healthy living industry. So I am sure, where you are watching this right now, I am sure you've experienced either one or the other or both. One side of the healthy living industry is the hustle, where you gotta just suffer, struggle, and do it. Just do that workout and just do the diet and just survive off lettuce all day. Oh, no lettuce, because if it's iceberg lettuce, it's not the best lettuce for you, and you gotta be the very, very best. And then the other side is, well, I've tried that and that doesn't work. So now I'm just going to do whatever make me happy. And I'm going to eat 72 pounds of chocolate because that makes my mental health feels good, in which I personally have anxiety. I am a big advocate for mental health. I do not believe that is the solution. Drink your water. But so that's why I wanted to start a business that have a middle ground, where you do not have to hustle and bustle, but you do not have to completely let it go of everything to be happy. And I've been in the health industry for a long time, even before I start Eden Daily Essentials. And I found the secret that actually allow us to make progress. And the main secret is super simple, is that we need to focus on progress and not perfection. Both ways focus on a perfection. So the idea is that either you do all perfect or you don't do anything at all. And that is completely wrong. Progress is small And consistent progress is what makes us have a healthier body and a happier life. So that's what we're going to talk about, not only today, but for the next 4 weeks. Every Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, you can meet me here on, if those cameras work, in any of those platforms. So if you're watching, I see some eyeballs watching. If you're watching now, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. We have people all over US that follow along our platforms. So let me know where you're watching from, and let me know if you have experienced with any of those two sides before, and why did you find that, if it worked for you or if it didn't work. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and get into the point. This series is going to be divided in 4 weeks. This first week today, we are going to have an introduction, and I'm really going to focus on the why you want to live healthier. Okay, it's not for the sake of being skinny or looking better. There's so much more to it. So that's what we're going to focus on, kind of in the why and in the overall process that I've defined and that helped me, going from someone that had skin issues, that had extreme fatigue, I still have food allergies, but now they're all controlled without any medication. I haven't had an allergy medication for almost 2 months now, and it's a slow progress, right? I've been kind of cutting that for over a year now, but sometimes I get back and I put it back in place. So I was with a lot of health issues, and now I am medication free. I do take vitamins, but I am like allergy medication free. I found what works for my skin, my hair, for my diet, for my movement, which some people like to call it workout. I like to call it movement, because there's so much we can do besides the workout per se. So I went from there, and I want to tell you that the why is the most important, like the why, and understanding this process on how you can make something that works for you, because not necessarily what worked for me is going to work for you. So I'm going to give you the flow to help you create something that works for you, because nobody knows you and your body and your mind like yourself. So you are going to have to sit down and make a plan. And to make this easier for you, we're going to do this in 4 weeks. Today, we're going to talk about the overall plan and the why. Next week, we are going to access your reality. So you're going to look at and answer some. I'm going to come back here. We're going to talk about some questions that you're going to answer for yourself. You don't have to type them on the chat. You can if you want to, but you need to get a piece of paper and answer those questions and access your reality. How are you feeling within your body? How are your mind? How your mental health going? And what you believe your soul is going as well. And then once we have the reality, week 3, we are going to cast a vision. You are here. Here's where you want to be. You have extreme fatigue. I'm going to talk about me 3 or 4 years ago, extreme fatigue. I want to have energy to follow along with my kids. So we're going to go from the reality to your vision. And then the last week, we're going to make a plan. It's going to be very tactical. We're going to go over what are the things that you need to do in your plan to make progress towards that vision. Because the problem with setting goals is that people go and say, okay, I'm going to lose 5 pounds, but they have no idea what they need to do to lose those 5 pounds. So in the last week, and that was a bad example, because losing pounds is definitely not going to be in our vision. Okay. But in the last week, we are going to go over the plan and break that down into what you're going to be doing on a daily basis to make progress into your vision, which your vision is different than my vision, is different than your neighbor's vision, is different than your spouse's vision, is different than your best friend's vision. And we have to accept that. We go to Google and we say, how to X, Y, and Z. And Google gives us an answer that worked for somebody else, but not necessarily that is going to work for you. I've tried everything under the earth. And I'm going to tell you, the only thing that worked for me is when I stepped down and I said, I don't care what everybody else is doing. I am going to do I'm going to first figure it out what I want and then do what I need to do to get what I want, right? So let me take a sip of water. I am starting to get red and hot. This sweater is kind of hot. I keep my house in a Latino fashion of probably 72, 73. So I am getting warm now. And I do have some notes because I am a squirrel, so I tend to step out. So I want to kind of keep on the notes and give you guys very good value on this. One thing, I prepared actually my super amazing Emily. She works with me. She is my social media manager here at Eden. She helped me prepare this PDF, okay, where you can go and download for free. You can go to either our website, the link is in our bio in all the platforms, and there is a place called Eden Insider, and then there is going to be a button, Holistic Ways. Hold on one second. My Facebook broadcast stopped. I'm going to save that and I'm going to start that again. So just pause 1 second. Next. Never delete. I am so sorry if you're watching in another platform. Just hang there with me. I'm going to restart it. My Facebook broadcast. So the people who are watching there can keep watching. So, okay. Okay, I am back, so stay in here with me. I'm back. If you are watching, say hi. Just wave to me or say hi so I know the platforms are still live. Okay, so my social media manager, Emily, helped me put together a PDF with all these ideas that are in my mind that I'm sharing here with you. And she actually put it one PDF for the 4 weeks. So you can either go to our website, where the link is in all the platforms, EdenDailyEssentials.com, and there's going to be on the menu right up there. It's going to be Eden Insider. You click on that. It's going to have holistic ways to set goals. And then you click on that button and it's going to have a way for you to download that PDF for free. Okay, you can print it out if you're a paper and pen person, and then you can do that homework every week on that PDF. If you're any like me, you can spend the whole night tonight awake doing that, or you can take the whole month and go slow and do a little bit this week, the introduction, and kind of think your whys, and then go forth the other weeks. So the PDF is really helpful. You can either go to our website, EdenDailyEssentials.com, and click on Eden Insider, or you can go straight on www.edeninsider.com, and both of them will take you to a place to download this PDF completely free. Okay, I want you to start looking at your progress and how you can make progress into being healthy every day, a little bit per day, instead of having to do everything because it's January, right? So go there, download that PDF. Okay, so why did I decide to look at healthy living in a different way? My faith is very important for me. And my personality, like I said about the PDF, my personality is a lot like the hustle personality. So I want to do something and I will go and I will do it and I will hustle and I will struggle. And that's why I develop anxiety in the first place, right? If you have anxiety, you know what I'm talking about. And I struggle with the hustle and hustle and hustle. But when I started to, my faith is very important to me. When I started to pray about my anxiety and I realized that I had it, and I was like, what could be causing that? And stay with me. I know a lot of you are going to say, which is true, anxiety is a hormone imbalance, which it is. It also, our hormone imbalances. So, for example, the extreme fatigue I had, that was partially hormone imbalance as well. So it was causing the extreme fatigue and the anxiety. So when I worked on that kind of in my physical body, it started helping reduce my anxiety, also working with therapy and a lot of other stuff. So it's a combination, okay? But as I started looking at my faith, I saw that there was cracks on the hustle way to do things that did not align with my faith. So I start looking at it and say, okay, so what is the problem here and how can I fix that problem? So I believe we are a three-part being. Okay, so we are physical body. I think everybody, whatever faith you have, or if you don't have none, you can agree with me. We have a physical body. We have a face, we have arms. We are a physical being, right? And then I also believe that, and I think most of us watching also believe the same thing, whether you have the same faith belief than me or not. We have what I call the soul, but a lot of people call the mind. So our personality, our subconscious, all that is also a part of us. And then I believe that we also have a spirit. Okay, for the sake of this month, this series that we are going to be working in this 4 weeks, we are going to really focus on the body, the physical body, and then the soul, which is the mind for some people, like the mind and personality and beliefs. Okay. And I'm not really talking about like your faith belief, like your so-called religion. I'm talking about the things that you believe about your life, the things. So limiting beliefs. So, for example, you can say, "Oh, I am not a morning person, so I can't work out in the morning, and I don't have time to do it later," which is the case for me. Okay, I had this limiting belief for a long time. I am not a morning person. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it later, and then later come around, and between businesses and kids and all that, it never happened. Right? That was a limiting belief. Okay, so for the sake of this series, we are going to stay in the body, mind, and soul part of our being. And that's how you are going to make your plan on getting healthy. So there's nothing wrong with you saying that you want to lose 5 pounds, but you need to figure it out the why you want to lose 5 pounds. Do you want to lose 5 pounds because your best friend is 5 pounds skinnier, or do you want to lose 5 pounds because you are not feeling healthy, because your blood work's coming out from your doctor not ideal, and you are worried about your health and your well-being? That's good. Lose the 5 pounds. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important for us to look at those goals in a holistic way, instead of just saying, I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to make it X, Y, more money. And I want to do, because it's not just health, right? There's a lot of things in our life that we are setting goals in the beginning of the year. Or is that just me? So comment below if you're watching this. Are you a person who set goals, or are you a person that just go with the flow? Because we're going to talk a lot about that in the Vision Week, which is week 3. So understanding why I believe that, why I believe this process works, is because we are a 3-part being. And if we set goals that are only physical, so let me give a tactical example. This may happen to you. And I keep going back to the same example of losing weight because I think most people can relate to that, but it can be with anything. It can be with any habit that you are trying to put on your life. Let's say you like to read, which I believe that for me, it helps a lot my mental health when I read. Okay. So let's change the example and get out of the losing weight and go to a reading example. I'm going to say, I am going to read an hour a day, for example. I do not read an hour a day. I wish, but I don't have the time right now. But I do read every day. So let's say your goal is to read an hour a day. Then you are thinking of your mind goal, like your mental health goal. Okay, reading is good for my mental health. I'm going to read an hour a day. But then you have a multitude of kids like I do, and then you have a job or a business, and you help your kids with homework, and you have your house to clean, and you have your spouse, and you have your best friend who is going to a hard time in life, and you're giving her support or him support, and you have all that going on. So for you to read an hour a day, you are going to have to stay up 1 hour later than what you usually do. So let's say you already are sleep deprived. You already sleep 6 hours a night, so you're going to sleep 5. So you can stay up and read an hour a day. Let's be real, that is not ideal. Because what's going to happen is your body's already exhausted. It's going to be more exhausted. And the real reason that you started reading an hour a day for your mental health would actually play against your mental health, because you're going to be so exhausted, you're going to be way more stressed, right? The same thing is truth for going back to the like eating healthy way. Like, I want to lose 5 pounds, and what I'm going to do, well, I am not going to eat anything I like. I'm going to cut bread and rice, and I'm going to I know, like, it's famous now, everybody want to go keto, and then they go keto for a week, and then they're like, this is hard. Yeah, because it messes with everything else that you have in your life. So your mental health, maybe that time of the month you do need to eat an extra piece of chocolate, okay? Because nobody want to be around you if you don't. So eat that extra piece on that time. Do not make that do not make that a habit of eating an extra piece of chocolate everything you get stressed out of someone. Because if you're any like me, it would be about 42 times a day. So that wouldn't be good. But there will be certain days that I say, okay, today, for the sake of other people, I'm going to treat myself. And that is the balance that we need to find for us to be able to live physically healthy and mentally happy. Okay. So that is why this process of looking at all these different areas, how your body is, your physical body, how things that you eat react into your body, how things that you put on your skin is reacting to your body, how much you move your body. Oh, my back hurts. I have this show, my back hurts. If I don't do any type of exercise, my back hurts. And then when I do some type of exercise, my back feels better. Am I willing to maybe give out 30 minutes of my day to do something that I don't personally love so I can feel better for the other 23 and a half hours of my day? Yes, I am. So when we give when we look at the reality of what is going on right now, and then we set the vision of what we want, which is it's feeling good physically, mentally, having energy to do the things that we want to do, then we are able to set this holistic goal and make a plan for everything. Okay. And this is the main reason, the main why that I'm so passionate about that. I truly believe all of us, anybody that is watching, I don't care where you're watching from. I see people from Brazil, I see people from US, people all over the world can watch this. I don't care the situation I do care of the situation that you're having, but I don't care whatever situation that is going through. You are still in the same way born for a purpose. We are all born for a purpose. We all have a purpose in life. Whether you are in the best day of your life or in the worst day of your life, you are still born for a purpose. You have one, and you are born to live life to the fullest. Like, you are here, not passing by. You are not a filler in the world. Well, I guess there was an empty spot on the town you live in, so I'm just gonna put a person in there to fill it up. That's not why you're here. Okay, there is a reason bigger than you can imagine that you are here for. And when we let things like okay, let me word that correctly before. I am an Enneagram 8, so a lot of times I'm very direct. And I want you to really understand my message. When we allow things happen to us that stand in the way of us living our purpose, we are not going to be happy. So let me give you a very simple example that happens with everybody that has kids. And I give a lot of kids example because I have kids. If I don't have the energy to be a mom for my kids, I will lash out on them all the time, which happens more often than not. I will not participate in the things that I have to participate, helping them with schoolwork, making a healthy meal to them and all that. I will not participate on those things. I will not do the things that I believe it's best for them, because I don't have the energy, the physical energy, because I'm exhausted, because I'm overwhelmed. I don't have the physical energy to do the things that I believe it will make my kids' life so much better, not just today, but when they're an adult. Because the habits that they're forming today, it's going to go with them for the rest of their lives, right? So if I don't have the energy to show up today, I am not going to live that purpose that I have right now at this time that I'm put in this place in their life. Okay. And that is the same for everything. If you don't have the energy to show up at your work and do the work the best way you can do, you are not going to add value to the people around you, and you are not going to feel fulfilled in your career or your business or whatever it is. If you don't have the energy to go out and do things that you enjoy doing, you are not going to have the happiness of having a hobby and a community. So everything that brings us joy, not just now but long term, requires us showing up. And for us to show up, we need to feel good. How many of us had lost an event, a birthday party, whatever it is, because we were sick? And I hate when this happened, because I'm like, I'm home, I'm sick, and I wish I was someplace else doing something else. Okay. We think that this only happened when we actually have like a cold, or actually what a doctor would call it a sickness. But this happens every day when we feel like we don't want to get out of the couch to go and help our kids with homework or do a dance party in the kitchen, because we don't have the energy to get out of the couch. So we need to stop looking at this grandiose things and call just that purpose, because our purpose is in our everyday life. The happiness is found in our everyday life. If you're not happy right now, you're not having a happy life. So how can you change that? What can you do to create happiness right now in your life, so you can change your today? You know what I'm saying? Let me rephrase that. What can you do to change your today, so you can create the happiness right now, and that will make it into a happier life? Okay. So I think, yeah, I am going. Let me look at my notes. We're almost done here. Yeah. Okay. So with all that process that I shared with you guys today, I want you to start thinking of your next 90 days. And I'm not going to look into a year, because I am a person that I am very active. So looking into a whole year is very overwhelming for me. I like to look at a smaller chunk. So I'm going to look at 90 days, and I challenge you to do the same thing. Look at your next 90 days. Okay. And I want you to start thinking, what are the things that you are not comfortable with your life right now? Whether it's your physical health, your mental health, or things that you think you believe on your subconscious that is not really that you feel like there's something wrong with that belief. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. So this week, your homework is to start thinking of your why. And I want to, and you are going to ask me, my why for what? Your why for why do you want to live a healthier and happier life? And you may tell me, I don't need to live a healthier and happier life. I am just fine being miserable. That's fine. This year is not for you. But if you feel like that you could have improvements in your life, and that's what we're going to focus on, improvements. It's not going to be something you do. It's not going to be a pill you take and your life is going to be amazing forever. But it will be improvements. It will be progress that in the course of 90 days, you're going to see a big difference, and it's going to empower you to implement those progresses to your whole life, right? So my homework for you today is go to EdenInsider.com or our website, EdenDailyEssentials.com, which you can find our website and all the platforms. And there will be their Eden Insider. You click on that. You can download this PDF completely free. So once you have the PDF, it's going to kind of guide you through it. And think about this week what you want to improve in your life, what progress you want to have in your life for you to live healthier and happier. Okay. And I will be here next Wednesday at 10 in the morning. Join me here. That's Eastern time. I know a lot of you are in Central time, a lot of you are in Pacific time, Mountain time. Some of you are in Brazil time. So it's 10 o'clock Eastern time. You can put, if you have an iPhone, there is an app that will show you to your time zone. You can put it on Google. And I will also add this video. If this camera right here record, I'm adding this video today on YouTube. So if 10 o'clock in the morning is too early on your time zone, you can always go to the YouTube channel a few hours later and the video will be there. Okay? I love you guys so much. Please share this video with your friends. Send them the link to DM or share it in your page if you think it is added value to you, and if you think if you have anybody on your life, on your friends list that could benefit from this. Okay, I'm really doing this because I want to go beyond just the basics. I think there is so much more in the healthy living industry for us than being extreme A or B. There is a centered way for us to live healthier and happier, and that's why I'm doing this. Okay, so I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, and don't forget to download that PDF. Love you guys. Bye bye.